great instincts, amazing perception. He understands who he's hunting. Strength, like real, like bodily strength. Also, an amazing capacity to compartmentalize, which is both his tremendous strength and fault, because it's sociopathic. You know, I mean, he's able to do these incredibly horrible things and sort of place them in a compartment over here and live with it. But he's not soulless. He's not a sociopath in that he does feel remorse. He feels regret. But it's an interesting mentality. I loved exploring it. I've done it now, so I don't feel the need to really, revisit it. But I remember we shot the pilot for the Shield in June of 2001. We were picked up on my birthday, August 30th, 2001. And then 2001 was 9/11. And that made us all stop and say, are we really going to do this show about this corrupt cop when we just saw images of the most heroic police running into buildings and perishing? And I think we all took a beat and we went, yeah, absolutely. Because now the thematic question was, initially, what are we willing to accept from law enforcement to keep us safe? Now becomes, even more significantly, what are we willing to accept from law enforcement in post 9/11 America to keep us safe? So it became even more resonant. And it's amazing how people took sides, and I knew we were onto something. This has happened. When I got the pilot, the first edit of the pilot, the rough cut, they sent it to my house. And we were having a barbecue at my house at that time. And I said, guys, I just got the pilot. You want to see it? There were like 20 people there. And we put it on the screen at my house, and we screened it. And the moment I shot Terry at the end of the episode, one of my friends turned and went, oh my God, you're a villain. And my other friend went, wait a minute, whoa, he's not a villain, that guy's a rat. And they started vehemently fighting. And I just sat there going, wow, here it is, And they almost came to blows. They were passionate about it. And I just thought, wow, we're on to something here. And I just knew this was gonna affect people. Going back to, I wanted to entertain people and make them think and feel. I might as well have been a pig rolling around in slop right then. He murders a guy in the first episode, and frankly, I think it's amazing to me that people's ability to compartmentalize, and I've witnessed it Forrest Whitaker, when he did The Fifth Year, he would become so angry, not angry, confounded. I think he'd like come up to me and just go like, they hate me. They hate me. Like, people are like yelling at me on the street, like, leave Mackey alone. I'm like, I'm the good guy here, I'm trying to get this murderer, and he couldn't wrap his head around it. It was freaking him out. And it was something that we would look at like, wow, this guy, they just root for him. And it's because of this notion that he was doing it for the greater good. And if that was the bottom line, is that he did these things. If you were a citizen, you had nothing to fear from Vic Mackey. But if you were a bad guy or disloyal, then you had everything to fear from him. And there's something about that at a very basic human level that resonates with people, that affects them deeply. People want to believe in loyalty, and they want to believe in a hero or someone who can face the most horrible among us and fight it. The whole story of Vic Mackey is in A Few Good Men is the guy Nicholson's talking about, the guy on the wall that he references in the monologue. That's Vic Mackey, who he is. He's the guy that no one wants to talk about. That, you know, we sit on our easy chairs and live our lives, but there's a guy out there, there's guys in SEAL Team 6 who do the dirty work. And those guys are a different breed of human being. And so it's sort of epic, the whole thing, and fascinating for people. But it's interesting to me that people can, I'm sorry to just keep going on, but it's interesting to me that people can justify all manner of heinous deed if they believe that the guy's heart is in the right place.